What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 7 of the Lookout podcast. That's right, that's 7 episodes. I feel like this might be the last episode of the first season.
How you want to do it?
I mean, it's gonna. We got new news coming up, but
it's fair.
We're gonna talk about the next season. At the end of this podcast, but this is episode 7 of the Lookout. Of course, we have on the line co-host none other than the Platinum Chanel boy himself, and co-host of the RSPN podcast on RNC Radio. We have Jeff. What's up, Jeff?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
We're good. We have also in the building from episode 6 too. My God, he's making a double header on this. You have Lord Beerus of RNC himself, Justin. OG Johnny 5 Davis, what's up?
What's up, man? What's up? What's going on? I'm super excited about this show. I'm cool with being Beerus. I'm completely okay with that.
And we have our special guest, the man of the hour, someone who we wanted to get on this podcast, especially to talk about this subject of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball FighterZ at least. We have 4-time world fighting game champion himself, Black excellence in the form of itself. We have Carl Perfectlegend White. I'm going to call you Perfectlegend through all this, but I just had to make sure I get all the, I wanted to be
totally fine. I'm not complaining.
The government.
Is that your new government now? Like, would you, like, if someone literally walked up, if everyone's for the past 13 years been calling you just Perfectlegend, you're just completely fine with it?
Yeah. Some people say PL, some people say Legend, some people say Perfect, some say Carl, some say Carl. I don't know. They mix and match the name. So I'm just like, whatever. As long as you don't say something disrespectful, then
all right, get the hands, my guy. But yes, we have a stacked room in here. We have, and as I talked about earlier, we're going to get to the next season of the Lookout and how, what we'll be talking about for that. But for this, I guess this season finale of season 1, we wanted to talk about Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's been taking the world by storm. It's the newest Dragon Ball Z game, newest game, one of the most popular games, I guess. I don't know in how long. Just by virtue of me talking about it and the last Dragon Ball game, I don't have an next-gen system, so this is going to be hard for me to, talk about. But
it might be time, Meelz.
Come on, Meelz.
It might be time, Meelz. It might be time, buddy.
Oh my God, we have 3 really, I would say, professionals at this.
Who? We got one professional.
We got one professional.
Well, you got one person, which is me, who has loved the competitive community for a long time, and I'm still only good enough to just beat my friends. And you have
Jeff.
Yeah, ditto. I mean, I'm just same thing, man.
And then we have Perfectlegend himself. 13 years.
I'm okay in the game.
You're okay. All right.
No, get out of here.
Come on. All right. We've seen the videos. Come on. How do you? Well, all right. First, Perfectlegend. How long have you been playing this professional gaming thing? How long have you been doing this, at least as a career?
I mean, I guess right out the gate, when I got hit to that there was an actual scene for stuff, because I've always played fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started traveling when I was like 16, 17. And within like the first year, I was winning like tournaments and just really at the time living from tournament to tournament because I would win enough to go to the next event.
Right.
And then, like, I was able to just, like, I don't know, monetize off it later on in the next few years after that. But I guess, like, if I want to really say, I guess 05 was my first year traveling, but 04, like, late 04, I was hooked to the scene in general because that's when I started reading up on evolution and all the results from other tournaments, too, from around the world, like, in the, like, previous years before I started playing.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but 05 is definitely my first years, like stepping out traveling and stuff.
Oh, sounds good, man. What were the first games you were playing, at least? The first competitive games?
I was playing Dead or Alive 2 Ultimate and Dead or Alive 3, the Japanese version. And I was also playing, like, I was also starting to play, like, Third Strike and CVS 2 and, like, Tekken and Marvel. Like, those are the games that were big back then. Also, Virtua Fighter. Because at the time, those were the biggest games at EVO.
Oh my God! The only fighting game I can, besides like wrestling stuff, that doesn't really count, does it? No.
No, not really. No.
I mean, well, there's extra like ways to win competitively in that game. It's just that there wasn't ever like a super big scene for it,
right?
But if there was, I mean, I'm pretty sure, but it's never picked up. So
I think the only fighting games I've really played was any laundromat that had Marvel vs. Capcom. I was there. I just remember just like playing it as a kid. We go to the laundromat. We never had laundry. I was like 6 years old. What am I doing in a laundromat? And just mashing buttons and trying to figure out specials and all this other stuff. And that was probably the only, I was never very good at it. I don't know. Like for me, like buttons and like pressing them in succession and making things work and like figuring out the mental aspect of it all never really came to me, but it might come later now. I don't know because I'm an adult. But it's
you gotta get that young. Like I've been playing fighting games since I was at least 6 or 7. I started with like Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition on the Genesis.
Oh, okay, all right.
And like as I got older, my reflexes get more trash.
See, man, as I've gotten older, my reflexes have gotten better, so I can't attest to that.
Yes, I have no reflexes at all.
I mean, they're gonna be whack. It's like not going to the gym and working out that muscle. When you go in there, you're just gonna be doing the bar because that's it. Like you have to train yourself. It's like I don't know. To me, it's as easy as breathing. Like I react to stuff that's not even in game. Like I'll be avoiding a car accident or something.
You know what's interesting in terms of all the videos that I've watched of you playing. I want to talk about the composure that you have playing because it's really a composure that at least anybody that I've played against really don't have. And you always have those people you play with who just like can't stand to lose or just like don't know how to perfectly win or act like they haven't done it before at least. How do you maintain composure? Because it's you're in like stressful situations, like stressful, like, okay, I'm fighting my way out. I'm 3-on-1 and I'm finally getting back. I watched you, I think last week, in a tournament, and I watched you essentially, I think you were down 2-1 or 2-0, and then I saw you fight back to 2-2 at that point. How do you maintain your composure in these games? Because I don't know if I could actually do it. I have like mini heart attacks just watching you.
I feel like deep down that if the opponent has the same options as me, I don't think they can beat me. So always feel like, all right, say if I'm last character Vegeta, I feel like with Vegeta, I can 3-0 their character roster. Like that's just how I feel about it. Like he's not the best character in the game, but I just feel like he's so stable, I can force everyone to play an honest game.
Right.
Yeah. And I think one thing we should actually touch on for people that don't know is that Dragon Ball FighterZ is a 3-on-3 fighting game, and it's much in the vein of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3, where you basically pick your 3 favorite characters and you just go down the line. You can switch in and out. And one of the big things that Perfectlegend just mentioned is like some of the top players of the game, like Sonic Fox and shit like that, have been saying Vegeta's trash. He sucks. And then the people have been turning around and making it work with Vegeta. And I think, having people like PL and even like Chris G and people like that, like fucking with Vegeta is like really, really dope because it shows that the game is very, it's not locked into tiers so much as everything else in the community.
No, I think he just beats when it comes to a rate character. Like, and no disrespect to him, but it comes from like his play style. He just looks for offense or some way to like set play you. When Vegeta is not that type of character, he's straight up like, I'm gonna play stable, and you can't really open me up because I have all these tools to kind of stop you from doing that. Like he has his DP they can do in the air, on the ground, and he's got pretty good like mobility with his dive kicks or just like his horizontal dive kick that goes forward. It's just hard to like pin him down, and also like hard to be like, all right, Vegeta, I want you to stay in this one spot. He's like, no, I'm not going to stay in this spot. Across the screen, I'm a dive kick over here. Like it's just. He's got a lot of different ways to maneuver around the screen, which makes it hard because he's also not so much a pixie character, but he is at the same time, when I say pixie character, like a small character. So, like, it's hard to hit him in general, but he's also kind of like sticking out limbs that have a lot of range. So, I look at Vegeta the same way I would look at like a Shoto in Street Fighter. They literally have like almost the same tool.
And we gotta parse through some of the vocabulary here because other people might not know. A DP is a dragon.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Listen, I will put the vocabulary. I'll put the dictionary right under it. I'll make sure to listen.
A DP is a dragon punch.
Yeah, dragon punch is not deep penetration. It's
It is a dragon, and basically in fighting games, dragon punches are special moves that you can hit your opponent out of the air to protect yourself on the ground.
Yeah, the reason it's called the dragon punch is a specific motion in like all fighting games, which is forward, down, forward. But in this game, in all Dragon Ball, like all the special moves are either quarter circle back or quarter circle forward. So it's even easier. but it's a DP because of the properties. Because most Dragon Punches have invincible frames to beat everything on the screen if it meets on the same frame, and that's what Vegeta has with his like rising knee. So he can use that in situations or scare people to make them think, "Oh, I'm going to do this," and they don't. They back off trying to punish it, and they just let you out.
Right.
My God.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, and the thing is, like that is the perfect. He had like the perfect breakdown for that, where it's like you explain that like Vegeta is a smaller character, but what defines a good character in Dragon Ball FighterZ right now in the current metagame?
Well, each character kind of has a different role. Like some character, like Vegeta, for example, he can be the anchor to hold either he can be the anchor or he can hold the lead while the other character is recovering. If say you messed up in neutral and they're trying to recover their blue life, you can bring Vegeta in and then just like pretend like he's the last character and then just be annoying and not die. And then the next character comes in, but he can also like fight. But I wouldn't be like, I'm going to point Vegeta unless like you had a specific strategy with him, because I think he's good on point too. But there are other characters that are better as starter characters, like Adult Gohan or Kid Buu or Cell. And Cell's another thing. Like Cell doesn't really have the defense that Vegeta has, but he kind of has it because like his perfect attack on the ground has invincibility, but only on the first frame or so when he's like does the EX version. I think 4 frames when he does the regular version. But if he's in the air, it loses invincibility while Vegeta retains it. So it's just like minor differences like that. So basically what they've done is given every character different, like, well, kind of the same moves, but it's a different flavor of the move, similar to Tekken.
Yo, I'm learning so much right now.
You have to get a next gen system. You got to play this shit.
Well, or you can get a PC.
Yeah, I mean, even as a casual player, it's super, super fun. It's not you could definitely do it, bro.
And now rematches work. You don't have to worry about it saying no rooms found because you can just go and play whoever. They fixed all that.
That's why.
It was one of the issues Justin had.
Yeah, like when I got the game, and that was it was a kind of like a big week for games that week because it came out the same day as Monster.
Yes,
and nothing worked. Like the online didn't work. I couldn't get into matches with my friends. The lobby would just push you online. It wouldn't let you do offline lobbies.
I know all this. I know everyone struggled because I struggle more. I somehow have 1,000-something hours on the game because I didn't care. If I couldn't play, cool, training mode, or I invite somebody to play because I'm that much of a fiend. So trust me, I know. But now ring matches work flawlessly. I have not had a ring match when I've tried to have a ring match for a good 2 months now.
Yeah, rematches are working perfect right now.
Yeah.
Looks like I got to jump back in.
Yeah. Meet me tonight, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Let's do
it. Stream it up. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, stream it up.
You guys can also, when you get good enough, enter the Cell games, which happens every weekend on Saturday. And we get to top 8 and play that on Wednesday. Or is it Tuesdays? I have to check. Awesome. But yeah, y'all can find out about that on stream.me/DB.
Okay.
Awesome.
I respect that. Listen, let's talk about the inception of this Dragon Ball FighterZ game. What was your initial thoughts when you heard it was announced, this type of genre it was? Have you played another Dragon Ball game before this? I mean, I have. I played all those emulator games. They were just like, well, whatever. And I think I probably played Budokai 2.
Yeah, Budokai. I enjoyed Budokai a lot.
I didn't enjoy Budokai. I think it was either 3 or 2. I want to say it was 2. 2 was kind of bad for me. I don't know. But I did play it and I beat it. But what were your thoughts, Perfectlegend, just when this game was announced?
Finally, it was my first thought. The second thought is, I played pretty much every Dragon Ball game, whether it was on the emulator or the actual system itself. Like I have cartridges of the legendary Super Saiyan and Super Butoden 3 on a Famicom.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I used to import everything. So I have like Final Bout, I have Shin Butoden, I have Legends, all the other games I had every Budokai. I mean, like of course back in the day you trade in games and stuff, so I don't really have all of them anymore. But I still have my Budokai 3, my Tenkaichi 2. But I played all those games and was very disappointed because none of them were like actual true fighting game.
Right.
Super DBZ, I think, was really good. And then I played this game called Earth Special Forces, which was a mod for Half-Life on, back before Steam was a thing. This is when I was playing this game. It was a 1.1 version. But then when they ported over Steam, 1.2 came out, and the community kind of stopped playing the game because it wasn't as fun. But I used to play the hell out of that, and it was very true to the show, at least for the timing. Like, we're in Super now, so like they had up to like Skinny Boo or Fat Boo in that version of the game, but it was really fun. But up until that point, other than Air Special Forces, I didn't feel like I had a game that really captured what Dragon Ball was and
Right,
the
and
mind games behind it. And that's how I feel playing this game.
yeah, it felt like a no-brainer in terms of just like, oh, this is a game, especially a competitive fighting game. I mean, it's so many times I guess people have been like, yo, what if there was Marvel versus Dragon Ball or Capcom versus or Marvel versus Capcom versus, it feels like a no-brainer in terms of like, yo, let's make a competitive, let's look at the environment, let's look at what everyone's streaming, what everyone's playing, and let's create a game. Again, no-brainer. Like, I don't know how this type of game wasn't, conceptualized maybe even a decade ago.
Well, if it came out a decade ago, it wouldn't be as successful as it is now.
Oh, no way.
Like, the netcode a decade ago was even worse than it is now. And just the visibility of fighting games in general and just on streams and tournaments and stuff, it wouldn't be as big. If anything, I don't think the community would have appreciated it or been able to be in a position to be appreciated. And because 10 years ago, the Dragon Ball game did come out, Super DBZ. And the game was good and it was deep and stuff, but nobody liked it.
And
liked it, but they didn't play it as much.
And you've got to think at this point too, we have, Dragon Ball Super, coincidentally airing alongside the release of this game, especially at its peak. 10 years ago, there were no new Dragon Ball series out. There's no, it's kind of like with Pokemon in a sense. Like, Pokemon games are always going to be popular because, one, the show is always airing. There's always a culture around it. There's always people can get behind it. But this Dragon Ball game, there was nothing really going for it 10 years ago.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, it's the perfect timing.
But I also think there was some timing. A lot of things came together for this game to do what it did. I think another big one that a lot of people kind of and it's been reported all over is that Capcom kind of dropped the ball with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Like, if Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was what it was supposed to be, I think that Dragon Ball, they would have been on the same level. I don't know if it would have passed it or surpassed it, but like, Marvel was a huge game. Marvel is a huge game to a lot of people. The fact that game fumbled so much since September all the way up to when Dragon Ball came out in January was just like, it was epic. I've never seen Capcom fumble something like that huge before in my life.
So is the latest Marvel vs. Capcom, it not doing well is more of the actual game, or is it more of fighters?
It was the way that the game was kind of announced, and I guess PL can piggyback on this as well. But it's like the way that from the game's announcement to the way that the game plays and the way that it was received, like the graphics are awful.
Right. So a little bit of both.
Yeah,
I mean,
like it was
like the things. I mean, you can't. It's hard to survive in this industry when everybody's such a graphic nut. You know what I'm saying? And presentation, all that stuff. So of course, the fighting game, which I don't know why everybody's like, oh my God, this game has to have hella story mode. Like, dude, this is not an action RPG. This is not an action adventure. This is a fighting game. What the hell? What other motivation do you think they need to fight each other? You know what I'm saying? Like, people complain about, even though Marvel's fucking story mode was kind of like whatever. I mean, they did the cinematic stuff, but I know from what I've seen, there's been some decisions made that just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you kill a franchise or not put that much energy into it? But then again, like, you can't look at it all the way at Capcom. You got to look at where Capcom got their funding from. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's also that.
Yeah, and I think that, like, Bandai Namco just understood the community. They understood the actual importance of this franchise. And I think when you get any type of big license like Dragon Ball, understanding the audience is important. And for some strange reason, we kind of alluded to it, like, Marvel just didn't understand this audience. Like,
or maybe they just didn't care.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, we give them excuses, or they just. I mean, look, man, shit looks like it don't care. When you go to a barber, you get a haircut. You know the barber is putting their all into that shit. You know
right.
Your lining is crispy. Girls are texting you back. You know what I'm saying? But then
Jeff
that's
laughing.
how I look at Marvel. I look at Marvel like somebody just like they just brushed their hair and they just went outside. Like, I mean, the game plays good. It's fun, but honestly, like, none of the characters I cared about. I played Nova and Sigma and like Ultron. I'm like, these characters are kind of booty butt cheeks to me. Like, I want to play Magneto and stuff. But that's all Marvel's fault. You think Capcom will be like, hey, you know what? In this game, we don't want Magneto sitting over
Wolverine.
No, fuck. If anything, if it was really up to Capcom, I think they would do us really well, like Marvel 4 or something. But it's not up to them. Like, Marvel is too busy with their movies and stuff, and they're having hella success with that. More power to them. But, hey, We got games we trying to play. We can only watch that damn movie once. Like, I love Black Panther as the next person, but guess what? I'm not about to go see that shit 10 times. I saw it once, and I'm going to listen to all the stars, probably like on repeat until the next year. But other than that, like, I need them to actually put more time into the shit that we love.
Mm-hmm. So basically, the rollout just wasn't. It just wasn't up to the par.
The only thing they can do to fix this game is later on and whenever it's released, like an update that fixes everything. I mean, the gameplay is cool. The gameplay is fun. Man, Magneto needs to be there. I don't know. Like,
Wolverine needs to be there.
Him too.
My God, this is probably a perfect segue into the story mode of the actual Dragon Ball FighterZ.
I was just about to ask, bro. You guys got into the fighter story? Well, J5, I know you haven't, but what about you, Perfectlegend?
I mean, I played the entire story mode, so I definitely saw like everything, the premise of what they were trying to do with Android 21, etc. I mean, like, it's the best that they could do with the story because one is Dragon Ball. People come for, like, even in Super, they complain about, man, the story and this and that. I'm like, it's Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's gonna
like
have
when
fillers.
Power Rangers expecting some deep ass story. Like, no, they're gonna morph. They're gonna fight the Putty Patrol. Then they're gonna fight the main boss. Then they're gonna peace out to the next week. That's Power Rangers. Then Dragon Ball, it's the same thing. Somebody's gonna die. They're gonna wish their ass back. Never time skip. And then after time skip, some new fucking power boss is going to show up and like slap somebody with his penis or something. And then
you'll get a movie.
And rinse, repeat until like, and people want more deeper than that. They're like, no, this is not accurate with it. I'm like, man, it's Dragon Ball, man. Just enjoy the fucking fighting, the voice acting, the screaming and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people go on rants just about Android 21. Just being a video game character.
Yeah, what do you think about?
Well, they said she was canon though. Like, Akira Toriyama drew her himself. And
dude, the design is amazing to me.
She's Dr. Garrow's fucking wife and shit.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's like, first off, that's the most raw gangster ass villain. And first off, he saved the world while trying to destroy the world. Dr. Gero, come on, 17 is like the savior of the universes, right? But he also tried to kill fucking Goku with all the same androids. I think it's so raw. He's the most important character to the show.
Right. I mean, a lot of people have tried to kill Goku. Even Goku's friends have tried to kill Goku at some point.
He actually killed him. Cell did it.
This is true. Well, I mean, he blew himself up.
Yeah, but he still did it.
He still did it.
That's true.
When they kill Yamcha, they don't be like, oh, well, the Cyberman had to blow himself up to kill Yamcha. No, they all clown Yamcha for dying to the Cyberman.
This is true. So, listen, you got. Oh my God,
Yamcha gets killed repetitively, like just verbally on the story mode too.
That's why he plays baseball now.
Yeah,
can't kill him in that.
Cat food, yeah. Android, we've got the story. There's three sort of different scenarios. There's a story about I think there's a hero where you're Goku, or in terms of the actual.
Yeah, this is how the story works. So you the player are like just this dot that apparently goes from person to person. Apparently you're a spirit. Or something.
Yeah.
And you control of whatever character you want to use, and you can pick whatever team you want to play in with story mode. But the story mode just goes from how that spirit interacts with everybody else, and also how everybody else interacts with each other. And also the premise of the spirit is basically the characters in the game can't fight to their full potential or even half of it without the spirit. So the spirit you controlling the character is basically, bringing it out. It's weird to say or think about, but basically you're just picking the characters and then they interact with each other.
Yeah, to me it was kind of like, okay. I mean, I get it, but also I don't know. I praise, I guess, the originality of it all, because literally the story mode in most Dragon Ball games is just the story that happened in the cartoon or the manga.
Yeah,
or something.
They just retell the story.
Yeah, they just retell the story, but this was an attempt at something different. I don't know if it fully stuck its landing.
I didn't really enjoy it until the last arc, which is like probably the more difficult one, but you can only use 16 and 18 in the whole time. But the first arc is a lot of, basically it's just practice. It's learn this, learn that. You don't even really have to do it. You can just KO and move on.
I like how true to the characters everyone's dialogue is, and I don't know if everyone.
That's why I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, hearing Frieza say "workshop your jokes in hell" just made me laugh very loud.
I like
Uh,
seeing Goku interact with anybody.
Yeah, I think in everyone, just Vegeta, the way he is, he's still a prick. That everyone interacting with each other and just the original dialogue and staying true to the series. There's a lot of references to the series. There's a lot of references to everything else. So it's pretty cool. But other than that, yeah, in terms of the actual story mode itself, it's just, to me, I thought, great for the first time out. Let's see what they do.
Cool.
Let's see what they do in the future.
It's not the main
Because I'm a
attraction.
fighting game player, I don't care about the story.
Oh, I love story. I don't know.
Look, if you care about the story, and you're a Dragon Ball fan, you know what you can do? There's an entire series called Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. There's like 13 or 14, 15 movies or some shit. You can watch all of them. Because guess what? All those characters are also in the game. You don't need a damn story mode when the story mode is out there free for everybody to look at for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what else
I didn't even play the game to watch the entire story, so it's amazing. It's all there on YouTube. There's a 5-hour video.
It's cool to watch the story and stuff, but
I understand.
Do they have the English voices in it? I haven't even
you can change them. Yeah, you can run whatever you like. I run Japanese, but I know J5 hates
the game twice in story mode and doing all English and then doing all Japanese. Because like for me, English gives me that kind of like superhero vibe when I watch the show, and Japanese gives me like the old kung fu like feel when I used to watch like old kung fu movies.
In terms of transitioning from the story, I guess in terms of the fighting thing, because I wanted to get to the fighting, and I know we already talked a good deal about it. Maybe what I can do is, in terms of playing a game, and I want to talk about. I'll just name about 10 characters, and you just run off your thoughts about each character. How about that?
Okay.
Let's talk about first one, Android 16.
Okay. Well, 16 is kind of terrorizing everyone right now because
absolutely. I was gonna say that.
Ridiculous.
First off, the character has like kind of the most range outside of Broly, and he's one of the few characters you can't backdash off of when you block his vanish. Like, say if he does something, vanish, he's plus. A lot of characters you can backdash and not have to deal with the mix-up, but not 16. The jab will touch you, and then he has a command grab. Really, 16 is just a big character that moves really fast because this is an air dash game. And, most characters like Geef and stuff, they're slower command grab characters. Well, he's just a fast command grab character. And if he grabs you, he can, like, loop you until you die, just like every other wrestler in every other game.
Right.
Currently, the most annoying character for a lot of people, but I honestly think, like, he's a lot more manageable to fight than people think. Like, I actually don't even have that bad of a problem blocking him and just dealing with him, but I do understand his annoyances.
Yeah, because you took him out like kind of quick on body count fighting. Like you really like they were like, I can't believe he's handling 16 like this. Like you had no fear fighting him.
Man, I do not care about damn 16. Fuck that robot.
Oh my god. Let's talk about Cell.
I love Cell. Cell has one of the best intros, and then he's so fast. I wish he had better air normals, but it's okay. I mean, he makes up for it with the ground normals. I think he has the best Kamehameha arc in the game when he jumps.
Yep.
It's even better than Goku's. But, man, he makes every team look great. Like, I love that character. I love Cell. He was the first character that I wrote a strategy guide to myself about in this game, so I understood him. I love that character. Oh my Perfect God. Attack is great. Kamehameha, rolling attack, everything. Like
his color options are sick too, by the way.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Frieza,
man. All right, look. I hope Bandai or Arxis is listening to this shit because Frieza needs some help. Look, I think he's cool at controlling space and stuff, but his wake up level 3, the one where he's like, "Oh, you will die by my hand," basically try to kill Goku with. It's too slow, dude. You can see the flash. Go make a sandwich, come back, block, and you'll still block that shit. Like, it ain't hit nobody. Why does he have the move? And then you can accidentally do it because it's a super dash command, but you have to do it while you're getting up from being knocked down. It's too slow. The same thing. I feel the same way. Like, all right, when he goes to Golden Frieza, it should either last longer or last the rest of the match. Or I should have to keep building meter or something, or it keeps draining my meter while it's going. I don't know. But I don't like how it has like a certain time limit right now. And then there are times where, okay, so basically when you lose Golden Frieza, that dude Sorbet supposed to come out and shoot you or shoot whoever is trying to like hit Frieza. Well, there are times where I'll still be holding the button. Sorbet does not come out and do shit, and I just get comboed. So like something needs to happen. I'm sorry, I love Frieza. I want to play him more, but I'm not playing him with those problems. Other than that, I love the character. I think he's great. I want to use him, but please give me a damn level 3 that's going to work. And then like his level 3 where he like does a Superman and just runs into you.
Yeah,
you can like avoid that too. It's just as slow. I mean, it's good in the air, but like on the ground, wake up, no. Like his wake up level 3 is the other one. I just want them to fix that so I can use the character.
My God. Let's see. Goku Black. Let's talk about Goku Black.
Black is cool. I think he's great on like any team. Like he has hella range. He's not really so much of a mix-up character. He's more so like, I'm gonna just control space and be annoying. I'm gonna throw out these normals that reach like half screen, like it's 2H and his H and stuff, and bring out Zamasu for his like command grab. Kamehameha is cool. He has level 3s in air on the ground. I think he's a solid character as far for just like bridging for other characters. Like he has the Kamehameha's assists and stuff. I don't know. I think he's really good. Dive kick. He's got like all the annoying movement, space control tools and stuff.
He's got the most swag too.
He's like a great
I don't
utility.
like his level 3 though. I don't like his level 3 animation.
I like his intro. If you bring him out as your first character, his animation is fire.
Yeah, that's
his intro is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's just tight. The way he transforms and points at himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great utility character, though. I think that he, like you said, he works on any team, and I think he just has all the tools to be like a. To me, he's most like a Shoto to me because he just fits anywhere.
Yeah, he is definitely like a Shoto, but he needs assists to be very a problem. Kind of like a lot of other characters too. But if I'm fighting Black as the last character, I'm like, all right, it's over.
Oh my God, let's talk about Hit introduced in Dragon Ball Super. It has the time skip that everyone
right. Hit is super interesting, man. Like they really just how they use a time skip, made it a counter or a parry or whatever. I think that's cool. I think he has a hard time with offense though because his 2M is mad slow. It's like 20 frames, and for that to be a low, like most lows that are good might be around like I think 10 frames or something like that. Like if you look at a Vegeta, like his crouching light, it's fast as hell and hits low. Hit actually doesn't have any light attacks other than his like auto combo and his like 2 light, which is his command overhead that he can't combo off of for whatever reason. I don't know why.
That's so stupid. That needs to be patched.
Oh my God, man. When I first saw that, I was like, why can't I combo off this? You know what I'm saying? He has to do the regular overhead. I'm like, why do you have this command overhead for no reason and I can't do anything with it? Like, it's a useless move. That's how, I mean, like, yeah, you hit them, they get knocked down, but you can't like combo off it. It's so frustrating to see this move knowing that and then to make it even worse, you can fucking cancel into a normal off the shit, but you can't combo off of it. On block, I can like pressure you and go into like my auto combo, but I can't like keep going for when I get a hit. But he can combo off his regular overhead, and he does have a like I don't know if I want to call it command grab or unblockable, but he puts his hands in his pocket and the little like time skip stuff on the ground comes out and hits you. That's really good for when people want to deal with Hit by reflecting him, because actually it's honestly the best way to deal with him, because when he starts doing his auto combo and the stance and all that stuff, you can just reflect to deal with like everything he does, and he has to cancel and just do the command grab to catch you, which also like the stance.
From an auto combo standpoint, is that frowned upon from a professional standpoint?
We don't care. We think all the scrubs that complain about it need to shut up because it's dumb. It's like, all right, if you play Tekken or DOA or Virtua Fighter or Soul Calibur or Street Fighter or anything, Street Fighter has target combos, which are basically auto combos, right? Freaking strings in every 3D fighting game is a damn auto combo. You press punch 4 times, guess what happens? Punch, punch, punch. That's a string. That's an auto combo. Guess what? If you press light, 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 or medium, medium, medium in Dragon Ball FighterZ, guess what happens? Animation, which is a string. So if you're going to complain about auto combos or Dragon Ball FighterZ, complain about that shit in every other fighting game too. Then.
Right. Just don't make it about Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's just dumb. They feel like I don't like auto combos because, look, first off, if you're complaining about auto combos, you probably suck because you're not beating any top players with just doing auto combos. And also, auto combos are not unsafe, but they're minus on blocks. So if I block one, it's my turn. You have to do something to continue your turn by calling assists, spin some meter, do a special move, whatever. Like, but I don't know. People are so hung up on that because they look at auto and they think easy or whatever.
Or scrub.
It's just a string. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like people make problems that aren't problems.
Yeah, it helped me get into the game a lot more just from somebody who's casual, you know.
Yeah, they're like, oh, look, I can do this shit.
Yeah.
I'm just pressing this. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what it's supposed to do. It bridges the gap and let you see, like, all right, well, you can do something. But if you really want to actually do some damage, you got to learn these big boy combos.
100%. There's 2 Gohans in the game. Which one do you prefer?
Teen Gohan.
And why?
All right, Adult Gohan's a bitch, and let me tell you why.
Adult Gohan is one of the most broken characters of all time.
Dude,
look, man, first off, in-game, I think Teen Gohan's better. And also, outside of the game, I think Teen Gohan's better. Adult Gohan, this man was the most powerful character for hella years, and then he was like, you know what? I like girls now. High school's better. And then he freaking got married. Like, Gohan is the laziest character when it comes to training. This man sat there for like I don't know how long from fucking Dai Kaioshin, and he just powered him up while he's reading like I don't know Playboy manga or whatever. And then he's like, "Yeah, guess what? I'm strong now." And then he still gets bodied. Like what? Team Gohan at least was like angry because somebody else died.
A little bit arrogant.
And he was like, "You know what? Forget." Yeah, but he still got the job done. Dog Gohan sitting there. Mess around with Dabura and shit. Like, no, come on, man. That's whack. That's why I like Teen Gohan. Teen Gohan looks rawer. He is rawer. He has better maneuvers. First off, he's a better anchor character, in my opinion. Because, like, okay, Teen Gohan, just looking at the properties, so they kind of have the same moves, but they don't. So Teen Gohan and Adult Gohan both, like, share a Dragon Punch. But Teen Gohan's is faster. And it shoots, like, directly straight up immediately. Adult Gohan, his shit, first off, he has to move forward first and then do like a double punch and then does his uppercut. So like people can like safe jump you easier, like they can jump forward and then if you do the DP, it'll whiff. But as Teen Gohan, it'll like go straight up, so there's more of a chance for them to actually even have to block it instead of like, totally avoid it. And then Teen Gohan's a small character. In this game, small characters give you a huge advantage because they fall out of combos or they're just harder to hit or just harder to combo in general. But Teen Gohan's mix-up works on everybody. It don't matter if you're a small character or a big character. You got to hold that shit. Adult Gohan, on the other hand, if he combos you, you can potentially fall out like his loop stuff that he does in the corner with the machine gun legs or whatever. That doesn't work on everybody. It actually is not that good versus the smaller characters. Like, if people were maining these small characters and be like, fuck it, I'm just going to fight Adult Gohan with these characters, Adult Gohan players would have a hard time. That's why you see Goichi switch to Cell as a start to fight Dogura, because he would start with Kid Boot. So what Dogura would do start with Cell as well. So they'll it'd be like more of an even match. So who's kill Cell first, so he can try to kill his Kid Boot or kill his Adult Gohan or whatever, vice on both sides.
Right.
But Teen Gohan hits like a truck. Like he don't need to power up. He comes out the gate fucked up. Adult Gohan's got to power up and stuff for some matchups or whatever. When Teen Gohan, dude, seriously, like this character, he just gets next to you. And when he does his machine gun stuff and you're in the corner, he doesn't need to call an assist to stay safe. He's still plus when you block those. So you have to reflect. Like, and then if he hits you with anything, it's like 40-50% in a wall carry and he gets more pressure. And if he comes in as the last character and he has 5 bars and he hits you, that's like 70% gone.
You just sold me. You just sold me on Teen Gohan just now. I'll just tell you that, right? Because I wasn't sure about Teen Gohan when I started playing him. I was like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if I really like the supers. But, like, I felt like Adult Gohan was way too easy mode. It was just like, no.
Dude, Adult Gohan is so good. In the closed beta, when I played with him, I was like, this character's good. I don't know his combos. I can just tell how fast he is, how much damage he normally does. Like, his kick special move, the EX version, the Core Circle 4H, you could just do that, and it's 40 points. Or 4,000 or whatever, and they're in the corner now. That's just off a whiff punish. It's like doing Paul Phoenix Death Fist in Tekken. Like, that's how easy it is.
Oh my god. New DLC characters, Bardock and Broly. Let's talk about Broly first. Broly.
Okay. So Broly is like really man. All right, all the characters in this game move fast, so for him to be a big ass character that moves like he does, and because he has so much range, it just helps with it. So while like small characters get away with being small and stuff, Broly is like, I don't care. I'm so big, you're going to get hit by something. So he doesn't have to worry about that. Everything he does is armor other than his light attacks. His jump H has armor. His jump M has armor. His standing medium has armor. His crouch medium has armor. His standing H has armor. And his crouch H has armor. His quarter circle forward moves all have armor. And it's the lariat. And then the medium one actually like takes him from wall to wall on some Chris Brown shit. Like you could be on the 1-player side all the way and go to the 2-player side immediately, just in a split second. If you are not blocking and he does that move, yeah, you're about to watch his combo. Or
Broly has a lot of like armor stuff, like Abigail from Street Fighter V, which I noticed.
Supposed to is Broly, of course. And then on top of that, the icing on the cake, that aura he does, the big green aura, whatever.
Yeah, we can walk with it.
The cheap thing about it, no, you can move with it, not just walk. You can move, you can fly, you can fucking not fly, but air dash and shit.
Yeah.
You can move as normal as you could before. It's just that people were walking in the video. That thing makes it to where the Dragon Rush, which is basically the grab of the game, you can't see it because the whole visual cue of the Dragon Rush outside of them just dashing forward is this green orb that comes up. So you can see it and react to that orb. But because he has that green orb around him as a shield, you can't see that shit. So it just happens. Like it masks the animation, so you don't even know what's going on. So the way to get him out that is to hit him. You can't use beams or key blasts because the aura beats all those. Like it just bypasses it. So say you call an assist or something, he just goes through it. He doesn't care. It doesn't exist anymore to him. So, but if you try to hit him, you got to deal with all the armor moves.
What about Bardock?
Bardock is godlike. So outside, unlike Broly, because Broly kind of has like the same speed thing, like he can start off the match with like a lariat and then like call assist behind it. But the thing is, like his lariat would knock them like across the screen. Bardock, when he hits you with his lariat, he stays right next to you and puts you in a combo state, so he can like do that and then call an assist and get a combo from it. And that move is so fast it kind of beats everybody else's. Like even in the air, like he can do it in the air too. Like Bardock is just this like super fast rushdown character that can force like overhead lows real fast. Because if Broly's like more defensive, I would say Bardock is more offensive.
Okay.
All right. Listen, we've gone through the characters, we've gone through the story, we've gone through the competitive fighting. I want to talk about your briefly just your history of sort of Dragon Ball. When did you start watching? What's the moment you remember when you started watching Dragon Ball?
Dang, I can't remember if I watched it on Toonami first or I watched the movie first, because my earliest memories of Dragon Ball is watching the movies. Like that's how I really was. I would just watch the movies more so than the show. I remember watching World's Strongest, I think, first.
I think
with,
everyone, yeah.
Dr. Wheelo, yeah, and then like Dead Zone and Tree of Might. Mm-hmm. But around this time, I was also like playing Dragon Ball Final Bout. Like I had the game. I remember going.
So you played the game before you actually watched the show?
Yeah, I played the game.
Okay.
That's a different perspective. Usually it's the other way around. Like 100% it's the other way around.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, man. Like the music just pulled me in. There's the sounds and stuff. Like I didn't think the game was the best thing ever, but it was very pleasing at the time to me. I don't know why. I couldn't understand. And I didn't know who had the character. I was like, why is there like fucking 5 Gokus? Like there's a little Goku.
Right.
There's Goku. There's Super Saiyan Goku. And then there's a Goku that looks like Super Saiyan Goku with different clothes. There's a Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I was confused, man. But I played the hell out of the game. It was fun. I liked the build-up mode. And then when I got more into the series, I was like, oh, because at first I thought Yamcha was Goku. When I
thought Yamcha was strong. I thought Yamcha, I was like, okay, they have the same gi, he has a scar on his face. That's kind of cool.
He had a dope look, so you always thought
he looked like Kenshin Goku, because Kenshin had a cross-shaped scar on his face, and Rioni Kenshin.
Oh man, you're taking it back. You're taking it back to old.
Those are my animes, man. Dragon Ball, Rioni Kenshin, Naruto, Death Note, and Samurai Deeper Kill. That was my shit.
Listen, Dragon Ball Super just wrapped up. Me, Jeff, Justin, we already talked about the finale of it. If you can even remember, it's been like 3 weeks. It's already felt like it already felt like it's been so long. I don't even like. But
what do you for me? I don't know.
What do you think about? What do you think about the finale of Tournament of Power of the Universe? You know, what do you think about just the tournament entirely? Because we did an entire series on the entire tournament, episodes 1 through 6. You can go watch it. But yeah, what did you think about the entire Tournament of Power?
I loved it. What I rather they have done for certain characters. Like, all right, for one, Gohan losing the way he did, or Piccolo, that was kind of whack. I don't like how they treated some of the characters. I felt like some of them could have had more shine. But if you rate the manga, they're doing it a little bit better as far as just how they're using the characters and stuff. Like, I mean, some might get killed off faster or whatever, and they're trying to get down to business. But I loved it. The animation, just hearing the voice actors again, and just all of that, just it brought everything back for me, nostalgia-wise. And then on top of that, I don't know what the fuck is happening. No one knows shit outside like the people who spoiled it for no fucking reason. But other than that, I don't know anything going on, so I'm hyped every week. I'm like, okay, what's going to happen? I try not to look at anything. I didn't want to look at the previews or nothing like that. I just tried to enjoy it as much as possible. As far as what I wanted to happen at the end, I'm okay with that, because at first I was like, I wanted Frieza to win and then get a wish and then like just mess shit up, right? But he didn't. But instead, he did have his time where it. First off, I wish it was just Frieza that knocked Jiren out, because then I'm like, all right, see, y'all couldn't do this shit if Frieza could, but then they had Goku do it to make him more epic, whatever, when they was doing it together. But 17 winning, because I love 17. Yeah. I either want to either be 17 Vegeta or Frieza to win, but I'm okay with how it panned out, because it seemed like everybody won collectively, and I do like the fact that Jiren is still kind of seen as the strongest mortal. That's cool, because it would have been dumb being like, oh, well, Goku just got Master Ultra Instinct, and now he's just... And I'm glad that they made to where it's not something he could just do at will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
It brings everything back in line where, okay, well, we still got the different, like, scalings of power, where we still have Beerus, who's hella strong, and then above that would be Whis and the other angels, and then the Grand Priest, and then Zeno-sama. I don't know where he sits in all that. But still, it just... That balance is more, it makes things more interesting, because if it's just, Goku's stronger than everybody, it's whack to me. That's why Super was good, because Super, you never felt like Goku was the strongest. You always felt like he had to, like, rise up. Like, even when they were fighting Black, like, Black was so much more powerful than them.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I didn't like Black, because he was way too OP. Like,
he's a god, though.
Yeah, he's a god. The logic behind it, he's a god. He got the Super Dragon Balls. He has the Batory earrings and shit. It's him twice.
What a plan he had, right? That was just one of the most beautiful, thought-out plans of any antagonist. Like,
yeah. He's like, all right, dog, I'm about to go back in time with this.
You made a laundry list, essentially. He was like, I got to go back in time first. I got to ask this dude the questions. So make sure what these Super Dragon Balls are. Then I got to go...
Let me tell you what I wanted to happen, which would have been a total different, like, left field thing. So I was hoping that Zamasu was hidden dormant in the other Zeno-sama, because, you know, Zeno-sama erased everything, but it didn't look like Zamasu was in that same category where he could get erased. So I was hoping that, like, out of nowhere, he'd be like, ha, bitches, I'm still here, and just start fucking shit up.
Right.
Also, Jiren trying to kill everybody, something should have happened about that. Somebody should be like, nah, dog. This is not cool. You getting erased because they erased Frost.
Dude, to me, I thought it was cheating too. I was like, man,
I thought it was over. I was like, yes, but then ain't nothing happened. So Zeno-sama's a bitch. He ain't do nothing.
He already knew the outcome. Remember, apparently. So he already.
Apparently. Yeah. Apparently, he predicted Jiren trying to kill everybody.
How do you feel in terms of? Are you excited more now with these inclusion of these characters from the Tournament of Power for like the next? Potentially a next FighterZ game or something, or downloadable content or something.
Hell yeah, I am.
And who would you want to play? Jiren aside, who interests you from the entire Tournament of Power? Just people who just like, ooh, that could be fun.
I mean, I want 17. I want a buff
Ranger 17 off top.
Yeah, Ranger 17. I like when I first saw, because before the game came out, when they had like 18 and stuff where they show her. Before her, I was like, man, I want 17. Like, he's never been a standalone character that you could play with in, like, Dragon Ball Legends and, like, some of the Tenkaichi games. But I'm not counting those because, like, he's never had, like, a full moveset in a traditional fighting game. So I want to see what they're going to do, because outside of, you know, what he does with 18, where he just comes in and attacks or just a barrier and shit, I want to see how they incorporate his use of barrier and how he did it in the show, and then also like some of his like heat blasts and stuff. I hope that because if you played Xenoverse, they did a real good job with him and it's like special moves and stuff. Like, cause he has that one uppercut punch he does on Goku when they first meet or whatever.
Yeah,
that's in Xenoverse. I would like to see them like give him some kind of animation like that in game. And I don't know, man. He's cool as shit. I just want to hear him on the screen doing stuff. That's like I was playing 18 originally just for that.
Interesting. What do you think about like inclusions to the game? I'm talking about like Tapo potentially, rebrand.
Even Zamasu.
Even Zamasu is a
there's been like leaks to where it's supposed to be like 17 Vegito, Zamasu. I haven't heard anything about Topo yet. I haven't heard about Jiren yet. But if anything, if I was head of Bandai Namco Arxis, I'd be like, look, dog, this is what we're gonna do. This is DLC season 1. We ain't gonna talk about season 2. Season 2 next year, we're gonna have movie characters. Because like they already opened the door for movie characters anyway, of Bardock and Broly. So we should
and whatever else they have going on.
Nimba, fucking Slug. I want Metal Cooler. I actually also heard about Cooler's supposed to be like a character because they were data mining and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I want Cooler as well as a character because I want to do Frieza Cooler on my team and then like have like Vegeta or something and just be cheap with that. But yeah, we need to have like 17. I think Merge Masu is supposed to be in the game too, from what they've been data mining. But it could just
it's supposed to be season. It's supposed to be season 2. I believe it's supposed to be season 2.
I don't know, man. I think he will be season 1 because they already have Goku Black as like in the game, and then like Beerus is in the game too. Hit's in the game. Like they're very close to closing out the Black arc when it comes to character wise.
Interesting. All right. Listen, Perfectlegend, it's been amazing. Thank you for coming on. But before we end this podcast, we have a lookout announcement. Just in general, let's tell them we have the next season of the Lookout. That means it's begin sometime next month. We're not going to let you know the time just now. Just know it's picked out and it's very, very appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are going to be going through the Android and Cell saga for our next season.
Guess we're gonna have a real fight on our hands this time, huh? My name's Trunks. I arrived here today in a time machine from a point 20 years in the future. 3 years from now, they will make themselves known to the world.
Good morning, Doctor. Using a fleet of miniature surveillance drones, we have kept a close watch on your exploits for some time.
Okay, Mr. Hotshot. Let's play.
We have cataloged your progress as a warrior. We've noted every milestone. To all intents and purposes, your limits are clear.
Father, we're going to Earth right now. The Super Saiyan must die.
Was it too much for you?
That suits me just fine. So bring it on then!
That means everything from Frieza returning back to Earth to the end of the Cell saga where Goku decides he no longer wants to be a father and stays dead. So
that's his life every day.
So hold on, wait. Did you see that from a scary movie? 4? I think it was where Shawn Wayans comes in. I'm here to pick up my son.
It picks him up in the lease.
I'll be back in a week to pick up my son again.
Yeah.
That's Goku.
That's Goku, dude.
Oh my God! Listen, this is one of my favorite sagas in general. Just how layered it is, how much different twists and turns. The time travel
is also my favorite.
Yeah, the time travel can get a little, wonky from time to time, and I think it had that sort of issue in the Goku Black saga as well. But overall, I think just the story, the characters that were introduced, the villains, how the initial villains weren't actually villains, and the last villain is actually the villain, and just everything that comes together. I think it's going to be an amazing thing to run through one more time. What are your favorite moments? Let's talk about Justin and Perfectlegend here, since we got you both. What are your favorite moments from the Android and Cell saga, or at least one that stands out in your mind?
17 versus Piccolo.
Oh my god! See,
Underrated fight.
I knew I fucked with this guy. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite fights ever,
Meelz
bro.
definitely, you
so
definitely
well
mentioned that.
animated.
It's so amazing. It's so intense. It's so hard hitting. There's a mental strategy to it all. Like
You get to see all the tricks from Piccolo.
it's a shame how it ended.
I mean, dude, I really did like that fight. One of my favorite moments was 18 breaking Vegeta's arm.
I don't like that.
I love that part, man. I love that part, man. Arm just starts hanging.
I think that my favorite moment, I think I've actually talked about this with Meelz before. It's got to be Gohan going Super Saiyan 2. Like, that is one of my favorite moments of the series, period. I think just from 16 dying all the way to just.
All right, this flips though. Do you like the win? All right, it's either all right. What do you choose? Because I don't want you to say both. I want you to choose. Do you like when he first like snaps and then the music starts playing and he goes Super Saiyan, or do you like the next episode where it starts off him screaming like the entire time?
I think a lot of people say the music, but I have to go with the latter. I love when the next episode starts and he's like screaming and shit, because then it's like, I think with Gohan, I think why it matters so much to me and a lot of people was like, we were his age when that episode first aired for us in England, like that. Like, I felt like, we were all kids. We felt like we could take on the world because Gohan did it, on the backs of Paul and friends. And that has just resonated for me from the series because it has been what it's all about. It's been about very ordinary people doing extraordinary things because of the love and the influence of their friends. And so I think that's the most lasting moment of Dragon Ball Z, or one of the most.
I mean,
they've been not influenced by his friends. He was mad because a robot, an inanimate object, died.
Oh, come on. The robot had emotions.
Well, I like the build up though. I mean, they've been teasing this since the Saiyan saga.
Yeah, they were. Like,
so
Raditz just showed up. You know what I'm saying?
It was just amazing. It's amazing that the time frame of getting it all right and finally him getting his moment.
Listen, the moment where he kicks the shit out of those Cell Juniors.
Yo, it was godlike.
When he made Cell throw up. When he made Cell throw up, bro, that was
dude. Dude. Okay, so all of Team Gohan's moves that he used for those specific moments are in the game. So the kicks he uses on the Cell Juniors,
right?
Yep. 3-6, like LMH, and then his uppercut, the EX version, he used that on Cell to make him throw up.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Man, this is
time to get the system.
This is going to be right. Oh my god, this is going to be fun. It's starting sometime next month. We'll let you know details when it comes.
Yeah, I better let you know.
Trust me, we know it'll be an appropriate time for when it all happens. I'll just say that.
Absolutely.
But PL, Perfectlegend, thank you for coming through to the Lookout podcast.
No problem.
Absolutely.
Sorry it took so long because I've been traveling.
Man, you an important purpose. You doing amazing things, bro. Like you representing, like you doing really dope things, man.
Black excellence
for real, bro. 4-time world champion. Come on, like what are you? You're out here fighting. You're out here making your dreams come true and doing it on your terms and everything like that. Like you're doing an amazing job.
Well, thank you. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, man.
You're doing an amazing job. Think of it from the bigger perspective. You're doing an amazing job. Trust me. Justin's also here. Justin, anything you want to plug before we go?
I really want to just plug RNC Radio as a whole. We have the A Show, we have RSBN, we have the RNC Radio podcast, which just had a new episode that deals specifically with Coachella with me and Josh Pease. And we also have 2 really cool guests coming up from Kenny Beats and Anwar Carrots within the next month. And I also just want to shout out Perfectlegend. I've always been a big fan. Me and him have had correspondence before, and I'm just thanks for coming through, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for hitting me up because I've been actually like waiting, like because you told me that you want to do something, so I was like, all right, so just let me know whenever anything pops up, and when I'm not busy, I'm down.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna do way more. We're gonna do way more with PL and everything within that community. And good luck to you, PL, on everything you have coming up. Dragon Ball is an emerging game, and it's very popular. It's very fun, and I can see why it's so fun. Are you going to Evolution this year? I did want to ask that.
Hell yeah, I've been to Evolution. The only years I did not go is 07 through 09 because when I first went, I went for DOA, and then the next couple of years they didn't have it, so I waited until I was really playing something again, to go. Like I went for Street Fighter 4 and like Tekken just to mess around in like 2010, but since 2011 I've been at every Evo.
I might pull up. I might have to pull up this year, man.
I'm telling you, man. Look, Evo is so fun because one is in Vegas, and
yes,
yeah, there's just too much to do. There's too much to pass up on, and it's weird. Like Evo, even though it's like just a couple of days, it feels longer when you're there.
Sounds good, man. It sounds good. Listen, this has been episode 7 of the Lookout Podcast. Signing off from here, Meelz, and also the Platinum Chanel boy himself, Jeff.
Yeah.
You can follow us on Twitter at RNC Radio Live, where you find all of our podcasts that we broadcast. You can follow, myself on Twitter at Meelz TV, MEELZ TV. You can follow Justin at OG Johnny 5. You can follow Jeff at Old Newsboy, and you can follow Perfectlegend. I assume at Perfectlegend.
Yep, at Perfectlegend. Also follow me on stream.me/Perfectlegend. That's where I'll be streaming, and also follow the Cell Games and enter Cell Games. We'll also be streaming that on stream.me/DBZ.
Listen, it's going to be an amazing thing. So until next time, we will see you. Take care.